Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Cormac. I'm a 7-figure agency owner. I run an agency called Dunk. You can check it out in the description below. We have 13 plus staff. We work with e-commerce businesses and we help them scale their revenue and profit through things like Meta, Google, creatives, email marketing, things like that. We've been operating since 2018 and we love what we do and we help our agency owners scale their businesses through cool videos like this. And in today's video, I want to talk to you about how we were able to scale our agency to 10K months, then to 30, then to 50, then to 100, then to 150, then to 200K plus a month in our business using this sales call process. It's a 2 to 3 call process, and I'm gonna kind of break it down in the most simplest form so you can maybe apply it into your agency. I know that when I was building out my business, I'm like, all right, do I do it this way? What do I say here? How do I do this? So I'm just gonna kind of give you a basic over kind of lay of what we do within our agency. So let's get straight into it. Your sales process. So this is taken from one of our trainings within our program. And I want to talk to you about 3 core calls that we use. So the first call that we use is, let's just call it the layup call. I don't know if you guys have ever played basketball. When you do a layup in basketball, it's like the easiest shot. You just finger roll it in. And we basically want to lay up a sales call, okay? Make it really easy, put it right then on the backboard for it to fall through the net, okay? And what we do within our layup call is anybody that comes into our world, right? So whether they come in through, I don't know, ads, maybe they were a referral, maybe they, came organically, maybe they came from Google Ads, maybe they came from email, whatever route they came in, they all have to funnel into our layup call. What's so important about this, guys, is that, some of you guys will just let people, book 45 or 60-minute meetings straight into your calendar, and you've never met them before. You don't know if they've qualified for your service, if you can even help them. And also, when you let people book in the 45-minute call and you get straight into a pitch, there's been no whining or dining, and you're kind of just trying to jump into bed with them on the first night you've met them at the bar, and it's not going to come across, the best. The last thing as well is that you do not put yourself in an authoritative position. And in sales, that's really, really important. Okay, so if you get in, you hear a little bit about their business, and you're kind of like, yep, cool, we can definitely help. They're like, sounds like you're always going to say that. Here's our packages, here's what we do. First thing they're probably going to say back to you is, awesome, man, let me have a think about it. Thanks for the information, peace. And then you never hear from them again. See ya. So we don't want to do that. What we do instead within our agency is, we host this layup call. So wherever they come from, we get them to book in a 15-minute phone call. So important, guys. If you use Calendly, you can, we use Calendly, and basically all you got to do is just change it to a phone call. The reason why we like phone calls is that, it increases show-up rates because people always kind of have their phones on them. So even for the people that did forget to show up, sometimes you can have Google Meets, sometimes you can have Zoom calls. And we especially see this with the agencies that are in our community that work with trades businesses. Those guys are always on their phone. Getting them to show up to a Google Hangouts or a Zoom meeting, they're like, what the heck even is that? I've never even turned my camera on my laptop. I don't even have a laptop. So getting them on that phone call might be even easier to get them on that first contact, right? In this 15-minute phone call, we're building rapport and we're also qualifying. Okay, those are the 2 kind of key things. So we're answering the phone, we're saying, Sally, looks like we've got 15 minutes here to talk about you and your business. Is that right? Awesome, man. My goal today is really simple. I'm just here to ask you some short, easy questions to figure out really just 2 key things. Number 1, do you have problems that we can help you solve? And number 2, are you the type of e-commerce business, which is our industry, that we get the best results with? Sally, I'm going to be completely honest with you. If at any point I do not feel like I can help, I will politely tell you on the phone and I'll try to point you in the right direction of someone who can. But Sally, if I can help, we're going to talk about how at the end. Is that cool? Sally says, yep. Fantastic, man. Before we get into this call, I'd love to know, why have you decided to schedule this meeting in now? What's going on in your business that makes you want to reach out to an agency? And then you just start asking your qualification questions. Okay, that is literally the script that we use within our agency. That is also the script that we use and teach to all of our community members. So that's the opening line. Now, the qualification questions, building the gap, these are really important questions to then follow up with to ensure that you're getting the best sense as to what they actually need, for them to get the best sense that they've actually got a problem, and you can really kind of play on that. Now, at the end of it, you talk about, you know, whether you can or you can't help them. And if you can't help them, very, very simple. You tell them that you can't help them and you show them the door. That's the door. Now, if you can help them, awesome. Let's move them to the second call, okay? The second call is what we call our strategy call. I'm gonna stick to my colors here. So our strategy call, let's be real, it's a sales call. We all know that. But it's also, you know, your opportunity to really show that you know what you're talking about. Now, how do you do that? For us, we really like to actually understand businesses. Like when I say that, I truly mean it. And the way that we do it best is we get access to their accounts. So in between these two calls, we will request access and perform audits. Okay? We have a sheet. Again, we give it in our community, like the whole sheet as to how we like map out and future project and forecast out for our prospects as to what we could potentially achieve together if we were to fix X, Y, and Z things within their business that we saw throughout our audit. Okay? So we have a spreadsheet that we basically fill in data and pre-populate things, and then we basically show them on this strategy call here our findings and what our potential results could be if we were to fix these levers, where the gaps we see within their business, and what we would propose to them to be able to get them closer towards the goal that we previously had spoken about. Okay, so that's where we would do things like request audits, perform the audit, and then we'd show up to the strategy call and present it to them. So let's get into kind of like that. What does that look like? Because we talked about the layout call, 15 minutes, the phone call. What's the strategy call look like? This is a 45 to 60 minute call, and we do ours through Zoom or like Google Hangouts, whatever you want to do. Pro tip: always record your calls and always watch back your game tape and just make sure you're doing a good job with it, and you know, get somebody else to watch it. Cool. There's so much to go into the strategy call. Like we have whole scripts and everything. But look, the basis is that you want to build rapport. Hey, how's your day? Good. Set the agenda, this is the main things we're going to go through. Here is let's get a little bit of context as to why again you booked in this call. Let's go through where you want to go again, where you are right now, some of your key roadblocks, and let's go through this audit, our findings, what we propose to you. Here's like the 3 core problems that you have. Here's the 3 core prescriptions that we would give you, and we're gonna give it to you all in this package. Here's the total price. Stop talking, and then handle any kind of like questions or objections or anything that they might have. And then it's over to them to make the decision. So that's basically a very high top level kind of breakdown of what the strategy call entails. Cool. Now, what do you typically get at that stage? Well, one thing is they go, "Cool, Mac, you're like the coolest dude ever. I love this. We're going to sign." And we're like, "Awesome. This is great." They've signed on with our agency. We've got a new client. Does that always happen? No, it doesn't always happen. So what we do tend to get is, "Let me think about it. I got to go talk to my spouse. It's too expensive. It's out of the budget. It's this, it's that, it's whatever." And you obviously want to handle those objections. After that point, some of these guys, especially, depending on what level your agency's at, if you're dealing with the larger guys, like the dudes that are, they're bigger companies and they kind of need their time to deliberate. Maybe they're even talking with other agencies. We get that a lot. What we then do is in our third call, we schedule a follow-up call. You do not want to send an email ever that says, "Hey, Sally, just following up on this proposal." Never do that. It will lower your status immensely within the client's or the prospect's eyes. And you want them to feel like, and look, this is the sales game, I understand some of this language is kind of like, you want to be normal and genuine, but you also have to use some of these tactics, because if some people look at you like you're just being a pest, or they don't really look at you like, you're kind of like a leader or an authoritative figure, they're not really going to respect you as much. And then when you send things like the follow-up email, they're just going to ignore it, and that's why you get ghosted. Okay, so you have to start positioning yourself in a little bit more of a stronger manner. So what we recommend you do is at the end of the strategy call, they say to you, "Let me think about it." You handled all your objections. They still need to go think about it, or they've got other agencies that they need to speak to. Awesome. "Sally, look, I do not want you chasing me around the internet, and I would love to, I know that this is obviously an urgent matter for you. So instead of you trying to organize a time with me, let's just pencil in a time Tuesday, 2 p.m., for us to catch up, and you can either tell me whether this is a hell yes or a hell no, or if you have any other questions that I can answer, so hopefully we can get the ball rolling. Okay, now so many of you guys don't do that, and so many of you guys just put yourselves up, you like put yourself on a tee just to get completely ignored. Okay, so what I recommend you doing is strategy call. They said, let me think about it, organize the follow-up call, put it in their calendars, make sure that they see it, and then have them accept it on the call as well. The last couple things that I would say is, Sally, this is now in our calendar. Can you 100% make this call? Yep, awesome. You don't have a kid on the way, you're not moving houses, there's no foreseeable emergencies that might be coming up. No? Awesome. Sally, I'll see you 2 p.m. on Tuesday. Really looking forward to catching up with you. And that's the kind of process that I would definitely try to inflict. And you can even do that from this stage to this stage, from the layup call to the strategy call. I definitely recommend saying that as well, simply because you just want to make sure that you mitigate your no-show rates as much as possible. Cool, Bents. All right, so what do we talk about? Layup call. Anybody that comes into your world, they have to book into a 15-minute call because they've got to qualify. You need to figure out if and how you can even help them, and you need to increase your status in the prospect's mind. If they do qualify, you then say to them, we need to book in a 45-minute strategy call, minimum, and then we, in between that, can do an audit. And again, if that's not something you can do, you can just go straight into the pitch. Again, there's probably a lot of intricacies within your agency as to how things work, so you slightly change this. Don't take this as exactly what you need to do. We work with about 125 plus agencies a week, and we mold this strategy to how it's going to work for them. Okay, so just use common sense and just kind of mold it to what's going to work for you. Hold the strategy call, show them the order findings, give them the price, give them the package, pitch them, and they either say yes or they say let me think about it, and then schedule in that follow-up call. Again, guys, this has made me millions of dollars every single year. It is like the best strategy I've ever found when it comes to closing clients consistently, and I highly, highly, highly recommend that. Just based off the back of exactly what we do. We close business every single month consistently using the sales call process. You can either figure it out and try to do things yourself, getting a call, or you can steal our method and use this video. So, hope this video helped, guys. If you want to talk to us about growing your agency, you can book in an agency growth roadmap session below, and we'll literally map out the next 90 days of what your agency could look like, and show you some of the constraints that you have within your business and how you can get past them, and what our community would look like as well. It's a great growth plan. Anyway, you don't even have to sign up to anything. You can take that and run, or you can learn how we can help you every single week and implement it. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Click those links below to check out anything about me, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks so much, guys.